Uh, I this is pain. Is this whole week? Um, I can't speak anymore. Coding, programming, even in Python, is hard when you have no idea what the heck you're doing. This is the first time I've ever put anything into practice. The last 6 years of my life has only been theory, on and off. It's a good learning process, but my goodness, is this some of the crappiest code I've ever written? And it shows, like, it runs like crap as well. Like, we've got multiple enemies now, but they flash in and out of existence every now and again, which is cool, I guess. Um, we have wonderful lists such as difficulties X and difficulties XX, and I have no idea what this does anymore. Oh, yes, RGB and CD, and for some reason CD2 above it. Uh, anyway, a lot has changed with Tierman. Almost everything at this point. I've got a new UI and multiple enemies and health and stuff and ammunition. Well, I didn't really document it, most of it, because I wasn't bothered to film the whole process of me coding, so you only got like a few bits here and there, and yeah, that's it really. Anyway, let's see what's changed, shall we?
Right, here we are. As you can notice, we now have a tile screen with three options. We've got play, difficulty, and settings. Settings is a bit weirdly named because you can only change the player color there. Here in difficulty, we've got three different difficulties. We've got mozzarella, mature cheddar, and blue cheese. So basically, my logic was the stronger the taste, the harder. And the color of the cheese, while in gameplay, also changes depending on the difficulty. So mature cheddar is normal, blue cheese is hard, mozzarella is easy. Here in settings, we can change the color of the player. So you can change the RGB values. So for example, I can have a sort of pinkish color here, which doesn't show up too well on the screen. So I'll just keep it at 100. Here we go. If we play, you can see we now have health and a ammo bar, and they both have a nice gradient to them. We also have multiple enemies that you can see how glitchy they move and how slow they move as well, but that's also because of the difficulty. The more I shoot, the slower the tears become, and I have to wait for them to regenerate slowly. And every time I lose a heart, every time I lose health, I lose half a heart until I'm dead. The death screen has also changed a little bit. We've now got two options, respawn and go back to menu, and the score is back up there. Alright, so let's check out the code.
I should have probably documented this better because there's literally no footage to be used here. But anyway, on Monday, actually no, on Saturday, sorry, after I published the last devlog, I just started working on the limited tier amount. So now you can only shoot out 5 tier at a time before you have to wait for it to regenerate. And every time you do shoot out a tier, the tier gets slower and slower until you just wait for it to regenerate. So that just adds a bit more difficulty to the game and makes it more fun to play, in my opinion. Then on the next day, on Sunday and on Monday, I worked on trying to get multiple enemies to show up, which was difficult. And well, I got to work in the end. Collision wasn't working, so I just decided to delete all that code and actually work on other things. So on Tuesday and Wednesday, I started working on more sort of UI related things like hearts and stuff. And then after that, on Thursday, Friday, I finished off the UI, got multiple enemies finally working, colliding with the tiers and stuff. And now we're here with a total revamp of Tierman. And the code's really bad. So after this, I'm going to spend a week to just make the code all nice and optimized and neat and object oriented, because my style of coding is make the worst possible code first and then optimize it later. So anyway, let me just show you the code. So here we are. Here's the code. At the top, just like like last time, all this initialization. Here have all the gameplay variables. So where I store all the values, where I start making all the values. here's the main logic loop. So while running equals true, so while the game is still running, this is completely useless. I have no idea why this is here, but oh yeah, it actually does serve a purpose. It connects everything together. So while menu 0, so menu 0 is the main screen, as you can see here. Menu 1 is this right here, so that's the main gameplay, so when you press play. Menu 2 is difficulty, and it's down here. And then you have menu 3, which is where you change all the colors. I don't really like the way I've done this with loops and stuff. I'll probably make another .py file and call that the main.py file, and and instead of having loops, I'll have functions, and then I'll put all the loops in the other .py file. But for now, this is very messy code, and I don't really want to go through it all. And I'll do that next devlog when I've cleaned it up, hopefully in the next 2 weeks or something. Anyway, I'll see you later. Bye.